Hey there, I'm Marty Sakata, host of Resilient Alpha. You might know me from the Ivy Family Office Network, almost 3 decades of family offices and big shots collaborating on alternative investments, strategy, and good causes. That's the fuel for this podcast. Why Resilient Alpha? Simple. Why do some funds and managers crush it and others crash? We're cracking that code, redefining alpha, and bringing top brains to unpack asset classes and hot alpha ideas full throttle. Buckle up and enjoy the ride.
Hello, everyone. This is Elizabeth Cho Fertique with another podcast episode hosted by Resilient Alpha. Today, I had the pleasure of speaking with Pablo Escribá, who is the CEO of Laminar Biopharma, a pharma company that rationally designs small molecules for a host of neurologic indications, including brain tumors, neuropathic pain, Alzheimer's disease, among others. Dr. Escribá got his PhD at the University of Balearic Islands in his home country of Spain and worked under the supervision of numerous scientists at Nobel laureate labs. He obtained his postdoctoral degree at a variety of universities, including Stony Brook, one in Kansas City, Missouri, Charleston, South Carolina, Geneva, Switzerland, and then Palma de Mallorca in Spain. He's the author of approximately 150 peer-reviewed articles that have been published in high-impact journals and books, and holds several patents that provide worldwide marketing exclusivity of Laminar Pharma products. He's given lectures throughout the world at universities and hospitals, including Cornell University, MD Anderson, Sloan Kettering, Harvard, University of Madrid, the Hungarian Academy of Sciences, Hadassah Hospital, and Columbia University, to name a few. His work has been acknowledged with grants from the European Union and Spain and has been awarded several scientific awards. Pablo's goal is to fundraise for Laminar Pharma before its next IPO and negotiations with pharmaceutical companies to out-license Laminar's first asset, which is against glioblastoma, a very devastating brain cancer. Both events are expected to occur within the next 12 months, so before June 2026. Here's more of my interview with Dr. Pablo Escribá.
The content here is for informational purposes only, should not be taken as legal, business, tax, or investment advice, or be used to evaluate any investment or security, and is not directed at any investors or potential investors in any featured fund or deals on this video.
So, welcome back to another podcast episode of Resilient Alpha. Today, I have the pleasure of speaking with Dr. Pablo Escribá, who is the CEO of Laminar Pharma, which is a biotech company that rationally designs small molecules for the treatment of a variety of neurologic conditions, which includes brain tumors, neuropathic pain, Alzheimer's disease, and a host of others. He got his PhD at the University of Balearic Islands in Spain and worked under the supervision of scientists in Nobel laureate labs. His postdoc training spanned a number of different geographic areas, including Stony Brook in New York, Kansas City, Charleston, Geneva, Switzerland, and Palma de Mallorca, obviously in Spain. He's the author of approximately 150 scientific papers that have been published in high-impact scientific journals, books, and is the owner of several patents that provide worldwide marketing exclusivity to Laminar Pharma products. He's given lectures all throughout the world at universities and hospitals, including Cornell, Sloan Kettering, Harvard Med, MD Anderson, University of Madrid, Hungarian School, Medical School, and Columbia University. His work has been acknowledged with number of grants from the European Union and Spain, as well as several scientific awards. Pablo's immediate goal is to fundraise for Laminar before its IPO and negotiations with pharmas to out-license Laminar's first asset against glioblastoma, a very aggressive brain cancer, with both events happening hopefully within the next 12 months. So welcome.
Correct.
Yeah, welcome, Pablo. Very good to have you here. Why don't we just begin by learning more about what led you to start Laminar Pharma and where it's based, and just give us a high-level sense.
Thank you very much, Elizabeth, for this nice introduction. And it was a scientific discovery what moved us to found Laminar Pharma. This discovery was the base of the medicine that we are currently going to put on the market. And that was followed by new discoveries using the same technology, using the same platform that allows us to rationally design molecules that benefit humans and, of course, could be of potential financial interest.
Great, thank you. And speaking of platform technology, your company obviously has one, and which ties all the drug assets together. That's what a platform is. The fancy term is called Membrane Therapy. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, which I believe you coined. Can you please explain that in simplest terms, as if to your mother?
Yes, of course. Therapy is an acronym that comes from Membrane Lipid Therapy. So membrane goes for me, lipid for li, and therapy as it stands. And it's, to explain it basically, what we discover is the molecular basis underlying the effect of lipids on health. In other terms, and very plainly, it is well known that there are certain lipids like oleic acid or omega-3 fatty acids with positive impact on health, and lipids like cholesterol or triglycerides that are not recommended to be, consumed in high proportions. From, let's say, from the role of lipids as a cell fuel, there is no reason why there should be this type of differences. What we did was to understand the cellular and molecular bases that support the good or not so good effect of certain lipids on health. From this point, we design things that favor the healthy part of the role of lipids. So we basically design synthetic lipids, and then we test it in cells, in vitro, in animal models of human disease, and eventually in humans in clinical trials.
So is it another way of saying is you would add the better lipids?
That's
as a way of simplistically explaining.
That's a good point. Yes, we try to put the good lipids in place for the molecular, for the roles they have in the cells, and the roles of these lipids could be, bad if you have the wrong lipids, or good if you have the good lipids, and they are very connected with health and disease. So what we try to do is to revert the bad part of lipids and to use the good part of lipids.
Right, good. So let's discuss one of your therapies, the most advanced therapy that's going on, which is against glioblastoma. It's a very aggressive brain cancer, as we as we understand it to be. Can you tell us a little bit more about that program?
Yes.
Where it is in the stage?
That is a small molecule. It's at a very late stage. We expect to submit our application to, make this available for patients next year. So within a few months' time, in Europe, in the US, and this molecule, what it does is that changes the lipid boundary of cells, so that those proteins that migrate to the membrane and induce cancer cell, to divide continuously, they remain in a different place, and cells stop dividing. So in the end, this causes a conflict in cells, in cancer cells specifically, and cancer cells suicide. And this is not happening to normal cells, and this is the reason why this treatment has not the side effects that the strong side effects that usually chemotherapy has. It is well known that chemotherapy agents are like poisons that kill a little better cancer cells. This is not the case for this therapy. So we are very glad that this is going to be, something new, something that will bring health to patients, and we expect to have it next year.
It's phenomenal. Thank you. One of the big issues is crossing the blood-brain barrier, right? And so if anything can crack that, that's going to be a huge leap forward. I know you're trying to use melotherapy across numerous neurologic conditions. How does it cross the blood-brain barrier? Excuse me.
Yeah, the BBB.
BBB.
We call it
Better
BBB.
put. Yeah.
It's very easy for this type of drug because it's a lipid that the blood-brain barrier, the BBB, is basically a succession of membranes, lipid membranes. So it goes into the membrane like a knife into the water. It crosses very well the blood-brain barrier. It's a lipid. It goes there.
So likes like.
Yeah.
So fat likes fat.
Mhm.
Very good. Excellent. So regarding, once again, the glioblastoma, it's currently in phase 3. Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay. That's
It's
the very last stage. I mean, that's it.
Yes. Actually, we started this trial several years ago. At this moment, the trial is open. It was a double-blind placebo-controlled study. This means that nobody knew who was taking the placebo and who was taking the drug. But at this moment, after negotiations with the EMA, we know who are taking this, and we know that it's working for a population of patients. So after all these years, we expect to be in the situation to submit the dossier to the EMA, to the European Medicines Agency next year, because it's based on the number of events that we will have during the trial. So we expect that February next year we will be in the position to assemble the dossier, and because this compound has the orphan drug designation, the EMA has the commitment to release the response in 6 months. So we expect approval within next year.
Congratulations for having gotten this far. It's very, very difficult for any biologic to get this, this far. So tell me, I think people were probably buzzing around, with any late stage clinical trial. What has the reception been from neuro-oncologists and very active patient community and their caregivers? What have you heard?
The reception has been great. I mean, excellent. Everybody is, very happy that we have done something. Over the last 20 years, we have had the same treatment, the same standard of care since 2005. So, patients, doctors, the communities has great expectations. And this opens new door. This opens the possibility to go further and move on to different types of cancers with the same drug or with different drugs. We have second drug, in phase 2 with very good results for pancreatic cancer. So we have had a very good response from all the, sectors, all the stakeholders in this area.
Imagine so. This glioblastoma, like you said, it's for the past 20 years, it's been based on just the STOP protocol, right? And
Yeah, that's correct.
overall average survival from time of diagnosis is maybe only 12, 15 months.
That's
Really
correct.
dismal.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you able to share at all some of the unmasked data?
Well,
Or,
I think that we can share some data, not all the data, because this type of trials are regulated by good clinical practice, GCP. So we can release some data. At this moment, we can release what is called progression-free survival data. That is the period between diagnosis and the growth of the tumor again. And we double that period, and we have patients that have been treated for years without progression. So yes, we're very glad to say that.
Yeah.
So the next step is to demonstrate next year that is the goal of the dossier, that we also have the same for overall survival.
That's really fantastic.
Yeah, we're very glad.
Double overall average survival too, you think?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
This moment we double the progression-free survival. The data that we can release is the progression-free survival.
Right.
We double that.
It's terrific.
And we have to consider that doubling is on top of the current treatment, and the current treatment increased that only in about 10%. Right. So at this moment, we are doing something very interesting from the scientific point of view. From the clinical point of view, we're very glad that patients will have an option at this in the future, and also from the economic point of view.
Absolutely. It's huge unmet need, absolutely, for this cancer. So regarding the two big regulatory agencies, the FDA and the European Medicine Agency, governs European drugs, I think you want to make it available in those two markets to begin with. Can you describe some of the trial endpoints that your drug needs to clear to receive market approval? I know you touched on PFS, and you're hoping to get the OS so you can submit the dossier. Can you expound on the trial endpoints?
Yes, of course. If we increase the overall survival, the OS, then it will be clear that we will have big options to be on the market. And well, we are this moment in a very good position because the data are being very good. So we have negotiated with the EMA. We said that we could go for a hazard ratio of approximately 0.5. For PFS, we have that. For overall survival, we will have to analyze that in a few months' time. But usually for this condition, PFS and OS follow the same trend with a few months of delay. So we expect to have that soon. We have negotiations with the EMA, with the FDA. We are in the best regulatory scenario with the FDA because we got the orphan drug designation. We are running a pediatric study, and we have the rare pediatric disease designation. We also have the fast track designation. Not so many drugs have the fast track designation.
That's right.
And this means that we will be very fast on the market. And we expect to be not only in Europe and the USA that we will, but also all over the world, because we have worldwide patents, and we are negotiating with pharmas to cover the whole world.
No, that's terrific. Breakthrough, orphan drug, fast track. These are only provided to, I think, companies tackling diseases with huge unmet need, and of course, with the data to back that up. So that's terrific. So I'm very excited for you. I'm certainly excited for the patient community, first and foremost. Let's talk about the business side. We all know that everything takes time to cross that finish line. Where are you? I know you're looking for some funding before the IPO. Where are you in your raise? And
we are at this moment well funded, but we are just foreviewing what is going to be the next future. So for this year, we have the funds that we need, but we are trying to get the funds for the time that we will spend until we reach the market. So yes, any type of funding, we have been using different tools, from scientific grants, equity, debt. At this moment, we don't have any debt, so this is something that we want to explore for supporting the company. And yeah, we believe that we are not so far. With a few millions, we will be right there. And of course, once we start selling, we will have these revenues that will reward our investors, our partners, anyone. Beyond that, we're also working with pharma companies. Any deal in this share risk scenario that currently use most big pharmas, um, you usually have an upfront payment, and we expect to have that before the end of this year. So, along with any other financial aid, we believe that we will be in a very good position for our IPO occurring within the next 12 months, as you said at the beginning of this talk.
So with pharma, are you looking to gain some revenue through an out licensing structure?
Yes.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. We will first, our first product will be out licensed. And this means that we will get upfront payments from different geographic areas where this is distributed and sold. We will get milestone payments. We will get royalties based on net sales. Yeah.
All right. So let's switch just a tiny bit. I know that GBM, the drug for it, is the most advanced, your star, so to speak, but there are also other assets in the clinical stage, given that this is a platform technology. Can you talk a little bit more about those other assets?
Yes, we have other programs. We have at this moment 4 programs in the clinic. The second program is for neuropathic pain. It has a huge prevalence. It will possibly be another blockbuster. At this moment, it finished a phase 2 trial with good results. It's the efficacy is like threefold the efficacy of the gold standard for this condition. It has no relevant side effects. We have not detected that. As a matter of fact, they were not detected in this trial compared to placebo. And this is ready to go for a phase 3 trial that will be short because patients dislike cancer that are treated for years. In this case, patients are treated for 3 or 4 months. So in 3 or 4 months, after we recruit all the patients that we plan to recruit in this trial, will be finished, and it can be on the market in a few years. Our third program is also for cancer with a different drug for the treatment of pancreatic cancer. It's in phase 2 and it's running very well. Very good results in phase 1 with patients in different types of cancer. We have also a program for infectious diseases and also still to start the clinic for Alzheimer's disease and Parkinson's disease.
Wow, this is quite a robust and promising pipeline. Pancreatic and GBM, two of the deadliest aggressive cancers, and neuropathic pain that is commonly associated with cancer patients taking, is it chemotherapy induced?
That's one of the sources of neuropathic pain. I mean, it's a different type of pain. It's not like when you hit or you cut your finger or you get burned. You have this is a different type of pain associated with nerve lesions. Of course, cancer is one of the sources, but also like spinal cord injury, herpetic infections. There are a number of different conditions that induce neuropathic pain, and its prevalence is very high. It's like 2% of the people are currently under neuropathic pain. And the good part of this is that it does not induce the type of side effects other drugs induce, especially psychotropic effects. It's not an opiate, so it's not like morphine or something like that. It's totally different. It has no psychotropic, let's say, effects. And therefore, I think this is going to be another blockbuster, still a little far from the market. But yes, and on the pancreatic cancer, yes, we go for those conditions with more clinical and med needs for a number of reasons. One of them is that there is not so much competence, and it's easier to go there because treatments are updated, are old treatments that have shown limited effect on patients. Also because the drugs are very good, and we have seen that the treatment brings, therapeutic solutions to patients. And also because from the economic point of view, they are very interesting. So if you take all these things together, then you find out which is the road that you have to take for the development of certain drug. It would be difficult, for example, although it has high needs, to go for lung cancer, where there are lots of different drugs and treatments, among other reasons, because it's difficult to get patients. Because when you try to demonstrate that something is working, you have to recruit these patients, and if there are a lot of different treatments available for investigation, then the options that you have for getting one patient is less than what you have for more difficult conditions.
Right. They can't have been treated with too many lines of therapy. Otherwise, it's hard to tell what
Yep.
is truly your effect.
Yep.
Got it. Okay. This is always a touchy subject, but we hope that things are looking up. And that's that the biotech field has been in a bit of a slumber. We might all agree, but there's talk that maybe Q2 2025 is when the bear might awaken. And so just want to get your viewpoint, things that you've been hearing, strategics that have been circling around you. What is the temperature according to your experience?
It's getting hot. It's getting hot.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
even greater.
Yes. If you look from the, let's say, from the market point of view, markets are now so-so, but they are getting better, and they will. Investment is raising, as you said, and it's going to be better. We don't need that much, and we are perceiving that there is a lot of interest in our company, in our compound. From the pharma point of view, companies are interested in our results, in our products, especially in the glioblastoma product. And we are at this moment negotiating with different pharmas for the distribution and sale of this product.
Certainly wish you very well. I mean, it's so much promise, and right time, right place, as they say, right?
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
So last question here, before we get to the lightning round. What's your take-home message to the audience listening, which includes investors, right? Just your kind, as well as patient communities and treating physicians.
For any investor or any partner who wants to join us, I would say that this is the best business you can imagine, because it's excellent to give health, to give the life to people, especially kids, and at the same time make money out of that. So it's a profitable business that it's also excellent from the human point of view.
Getting very excited myself, so I wish you
Thank
the
you.
very best. And so, Pablo, before we get to our lightning round, let's do one last question. From all this, what is your take-home message for investors, patient community, providers who may be listening to this? What's your message?
Well, if there is someone you love impacted by cancer, you can take a look at us. You can see what we have done. We are in late phase 3, and this is not only a profitable business. This is only going to help people. So you can help us cover that gap to reach the market, to reach the patients.
Thank you so much. We'll be right back for the lightning round. Okay, so welcome back, Pablo. Here we go with the lightning round. You ready? Okay, these
Ready.
are rapid fire questions. First one, who inspired you the most in your career and how?
Well, first, my mom. She used to say that what I learned was there forever and could not be robbed. And also my thesis advisor, but my mom, for sure.
Good old mom. What's your favorite therapy on the market and why?
Melitherapy. melitherapy because it's new, it's not aggressive, it brings new concepts, and this means that you can reach, unmet clinical needs.
Good answer. Good answer. Okay. What do you think the next therapeutic breakthrough will be?
Melitherapy. Again.
I knew you'd say that. Okay, melitherapy, folks. Remember that.
Of course, there are very interesting things out there, like immunotherapy. Immunotherapy has been good, but in the end, it's an antibody to block some protein. Cell therapy, it's good, but still under development. Gene therapy is, it's a question mark because there's still a lot of things to do, especially with CRISPR.
So these therapies are not necessarily complete competitors. They could be very synergistic.
Yeah, of course.
This should give a lot of hope. We're skipping ahead. That was one of my questions.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So AI is everywhere. Do you think AI could accelerate the R&D timeline of new therapeutics?
I guess yes. Yes.
All right, jury's still out for him. It's been a long road advancing cancer treatment. I think Nixon declared war on cancer, God knows, 50, 60 years ago. Do you think it might ever become a chronic disease that we can manage rather than something just fatal?
Yes. For many patients, it will become a chronic disease. And for many patients, they can be cured. I reasonably think that many patients with cancer can be cured. But for others, it will be like another condition for elderly people like me.
No, that's if we can get to that stage, just have it managed like a chronic disease, that will have been, I think, a triumph for the field. All right, so going back to GBM, glioblastoma, the average overall survival, as we've referenced before, is about 12 to 15 months post-diagnosis, if following only the STEP protocol. Do you think we've moved the needle at all? And if so, by how long?
At this moment, not so far, because the treatment has been the standard of care for the last 20 years. So only second line, third line treatments had added a little more, but there's still a huge clinical need that has been unmet, and we expect to be part of that solution. And I guess that in the future years, other let's say players will bring more health, and in the end, we will have patients, like you said, with a chronic disease or cured.
Let's hope so. And last question. What message would you like to share with GBM patients and caregivers as far as experimental therapies in the pipeline, in addition to yours, that may just give them an overall sense for things on the horizon?
Well, what I would like to say to them all is that we are working hard. We're trying to do our most. Many people are working to solve this. And I expect that this will be over in a few years' time. I hope so. Many people are working very hard.
Yeah, no, thank you. Thank you for all your contributions. And it was a pleasure speaking to you.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Elizabeth.
much, Pablo.